Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are in the world today. My name is FanTV, and welcome to Game Masters on the GDQ Hotfix. I hope everyone enjoyed Summer Games Done Quick, and although it has wrapped, you can check out the playlist on the Games Done Quick YouTube channel, so exclamation point YouTube in chat there, you can get a link for that. And be sure to tweet at Games Done Quick and let us know what your favorite run of the marathon was. We love hearing what everybody's thoughts were, so please, I look forward to it. Game Masters is a show all about high-level speedrunning and skill showcases, and tonight we have Violin showcasing Kingdom Hearts. I'm checking my notes here because Kingdom Hearts always gets a little wild. Kingdom Hearts, Final Mix, any percent Proud Mode. Violin, did I get that right?
Yep.
All right. Excellent. So when I asked Violin to showcase this on Hotfix, he told me, he's like, Proud Mode? Really, you're okay with that? And Violin, I gotta ask, because of that response I got, why Proud Mode?
So Proud Mode is my personal least favorite category. And that's for one main reason. And that reason being, you can die very easily, pretty much on every split. And Proud Mode is basically one for one the same as standard, except for the fact that you take double damage, pretty much, that you do on standard. And there are some cool things at the end of the run where we get to see a lot of Mushu usage. But the reason I run Proud right now is because I'm looking for that world record. The world record right now is at 205.34 loadless by Miss Master 1. A great guy, by the way, very talented runner. My PB is at 205.53, so I'm less than 20 seconds away.
Oh my goodness, that is so close.
Yeah.
Well,
I might even get world record. I might even get world record on this stream. Who knows?
If you get world record live on this Hotfix show, I'm going to be ecstatic, and I'm sure chat is going to be ecstatic as well. You know, I do miss our live audience, so I can't go say something and the crowd goes wild. But what we can do is type things in chat. So I want you to type one if you're going to pop the heck off if Violin manages to get world record here tonight. No guarantees, so I know, Violin, you mentioned you're a little bit rusty, having been at GDQ all week, so...
I just did a few attempts, and I'm pretty much rust-free. I got a 208 just now, so I'm good to go, so...
Here comes all the ones. I'd love to see it. Now, Violin, you don't just play Kingdom Hearts. There are... many games in the Kingdom Hearts series. I just wanted to probe you on your previous experience within the Kingdom Hearts games, because I was looking through all your stuff and there's a lot of Kingdom Hearts there.
Yeah, so my first Kingdom Hearts game was actually Kingdom Hearts 0.2, which I actually ran back during GDQX 2018 at TwitchCon. That was a very fun run. And then I picked up KH1. It's my personal favorite Kingdom Hearts game in the series. I've played a lot of Kingdom Hearts 2 Randomizer, which I did a run for AGDQ of this year. And then I've dabbled into some other KH games like Dream Drop Distance and KH3. I haven't quite grinded out those runs as much, but in the future, when I'm done with KH1, I'm going for the any percent world record sweep, and I do plan to tackle KH2 and 3 to a higher level if possible.
Oh geez, that sounds like you've got quite the adventure up ahead for you. And one thing I noticed going through again, just trying to do as much research as I could on the Kingdom Hearts series. So last year we got a PC version release of the Kingdom Hearts series, which I think was quite a surprise to most of us. And I noticed the PC version is quite a bit faster overall, load times or not. And I wanted to probe you on the differences between the PC version versus the console version that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, so taking real time into account, the PC port is about 3 minutes faster, give or take hardware differences. And that is because the opening on PC is actually skippable, while on PS4, you cannot skip the opening, which loses 3 minutes and 10 seconds, I believe.
I can't believe we're going to skip the story. No.
Yeah. Another cool thing, though, about the PC release is we've switched to using loadless timing, which keeps everyone on the same playing field. No matter what kind of PC hardware specs you have, you can still compete for the top times because your load times don't really hurt you in any way. So that's very, very cool.
Awesome. I love when you can use a load remover to, make things more even, because with PC, there's just so much variation, like you said, depending on the type of hardware you have, your processor, everything can just go and affect it immensely.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to keep the wonderful GDQ audience from Kingdom Hearts too much longer, but I have one final question I got to ask you before we get into it. You knew it was coming. Everybody knew it was coming. And I got to know, do you play the violin?
I do play the violin, and if you are interested, I actually make violin covers on youtube.com/violingamer.
I'm gonna go
You can
ahead
also
and plug that
find
right now.
you can also find my stuff on Spotify if you're an audio-only type of listener.
Yeah, it's violin is very good, not just at Kingdom Hearts, but at many things. Anyway, violin, I am going to throw it over to you, and whenever you are ready, you can take it away and get started. Oh, I'm so excited.
All right. Let's go. All right. Yeah, I'm good to go. I'll give you a 5-second countdown. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And so right off the bat, I'm gonna skip his opening. You can't do, you can actually, the opening skip was actually introduced in the Xbox port, believe it or not. And the PC port, I believe, is built off of the Xbox port. So cool little piece of information there. We're picking sword for proud mode because we want our strength to be very good. Magic in proud mode doesn't do a lot of damage. And your strength is actually, let me rephrase. Magic can do a lot of damage in proud, but compared to beginner, your strength is nerfed to the ground. So we want as much strength as possible in order to get to the damage floor in final fights. So we're just going through the tutorial. We picked the sword and we gave up staff. That sets up our abilities to be optimal. So we'll get cool combat abilities like slap shot and combo plus, which will help us deal a lot of damage on the ground, which compared to beginner, which is the most well-known category, in beginner we do a lot of air combos, and standard and proud we actually like to do ground combos a lot more, starting from mid game all the way to end game.
Awesome.
But yeah, the game is just teaching us how to hit stuff. A lot of people don't know you can just break that crate right away instead of pushing it.
So I'll be honest, I didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
I feel silly. Yeah, but now I know.
Yeah. So there are 3 Destiny Islands members here, and they ask you questions. The options you pick actually do matter, and it determines your EXP curve throughout the entire run. So if you pick all of the top options, which we do for Proud, you'll end up gaining levels faster from early on, and it'll slow down as time progresses. So that's what we want to do, because by the end of the run, I believe we reach level 43. So we want those early levels as soon as possible.
How consistent is the XP going through? Like, are you generally going to be at the same level, taking care of the same enemies, or is there some like RNG based off of enemy spawns that could potentially move things one way or the other?
The levels are actually quite consistent. We don't ever have to stop and EXP boost. And that's thanks to bosses giving you a lot of EXP. So that there's a certain point where getting EXP from normal enemies doesn't really matter. It just all works out in the end. And then there's an ability on Proud Mode only called EXP 0, and when we equip that, it'll scale us up a bit, thanks to some hidden properties.
I love hidden properties in RPGs.
Yeah. So for this Dark Side 1 fight, we're actually gonna die, because you're allowed to die here, and it saves time over having to beat him. We are looking for, oh, there we go. We're looking for some shadows to jump at you, because the jump attack does twice as much damage as the swipe. So ideally, you'd want 2 jumpers right there. It's either 2 jumps or 4 swipes to kill you. Yeah, so someone's asking why I'm looking to the left a lot. That's because I'm reading chat. Hi, chat.
He's looking at you right there. You are to Violin's left.
Yeah, we're just going around Destiny Islands now, collecting some stuff that Kyrie wants us to get. This movement doesn't change in any category. It's always the same. So we're just doing some cool platforming. This game's platforming is quite cool. You can utilize your Keyblade swings in midair to get over a lot of tough ledges. It is very neat. Jumping over that water to prevent, to save a little bit of time. Because swimming is slower than air travel, I guess. Yeah, that was all the day one items already, so.
GG. So many people are saying hi, Violin. Oh.
Hi, chat.
You know, I'll use this as an opportunity to talk about coconuts. So Violin made the mistake of asking me if it was okay to say for every new follower that Violin gets during the GDQ Hotfix run, he's going to do a stream, was it tomorrow?
Yep.
Tomorrow, collecting coconuts for every single follow he got. Now, GDQ audience, I hope you like coconuts. And I want to see Violin collect a lot of coconuts. What exactly does that entail?
Yeah, this game, so you only need 2 coconuts to progress the story, but this game lets you collect pretty much an infinite amount of coconuts. So it'll be very fun, I'm sure. So the more people that hit that follow button, the more I have to suffer. And I think that's a pretty good trade-off.
Yep. So I hope you wrote down your number because I'm going to want to get an update like an hour in of how many coconuts we're going to have to collect. And I'm going to ask for more.
All right, so yeah, we just skipped a very important cutscene there. Got some mushroom, got 1 mushroom, and then we're gonna jump up to this tree, get the seagull egg. You can go for a coconut on that tree to the right there. People like to call it task coconut because there's a very, very low chance that a coconut will fall after 1 hit. However, I don't like going for it. It's inconsistent, and I'd rather just make my way over to the next section as soon as I can. Doesn't really save too much time. And then I bet a lot of you guys watching struggled a lot as a kid trying to beat Riku in this race. I know I have, but the speedrun strat will blow your mind.
Yeah, I got destroyed. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So the main thing to keep in mind is this zip line right here. All you have to do is press X. And when you're on the zip line, don't touch your controller at all. And then Sora will slide all the way down. If you hold up on your left analog stick, Sora will flip upwards because he's technically doing a ledge grab. So doing a ledge flip will make Sora let go of the zip line.
Was it that simple the whole time, Violin?
It was that simple the whole time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, if we do this race fast enough, we'll have to wait a little bit for the race to fade in, like so, and that means we did it as fast as possible. Like you could enable, I don't know, you can enable Sora to glide in this race, and you will still have to wait a certain amount of time. There's only so much. I can't English. You can only go so much quickly in this race before it doesn't matter. So we're gonna go to this tree. This tree has the highest drop rate of coconuts. Oh, there's one. Yeah, this specific tree drops the most coconuts out of all the trees. That was actually really bad RNG. Typically, you should be able to get 2 coconuts within 2 or 3 combos, and we just had to do like 6 or 7. So
6 or 7 today, Violin.
Right. Oh boy.
If the number of people I'm seeing saying they followed is correct, you're gonna have a lot of coconuts tomorrow, Violin.
I can't wait. And those are all the items. Now we're gonna go talk to Kyrie, and we're gonna have like 10 cutscenes in a row to skip. So.
Oh, perfect. Then that's perfect time for me to ask why. We have a question from chat. Why is the Japanese version the fastest, and how much time really does it save overall?
Right. So JP is the fastest version because of how fast the text scrolls. English is actually the second fastest version, and the difference between JP and English is roughly 45.6 seconds. According to a speedrunner named Dessa, he also runs this game and did a lot of timing. So thanks to him, we know it's roughly 46 seconds. So if you're just starting out, I wouldn't bother running JP just yet. It only really matters at a mid to high level. So just have fun with it. English is still fine. There are plenty of runners who still run on English and get top times.
I imagine it was like quite a bit of effort if you don't speak Japanese just to memorize the menus and know where everything is.
Yeah, for sure. At first I had to use Google Translate to figure out what I'm doing. But funny enough, it actually helped me menu even faster, because now instead of reading, I memorize inputs a lot. Yeah, this fight is very hard. I'm going to focus. The main thing I'm looking for is to parry a bunch of orbs, which deals more damage.
Good luck.
Ooh, that was almost good. You can parry the last two orbs there at the same time, but unfortunately I did my finisher a little bit too early. But that was still fine. But yeah, as you can see, that does a lot of damage. If I got hit by another orb, I would have died.
That's that double damage from Proud Mode. And everything else in the game is the same. Like, do you deal the same amount of damage? Enemies have the same amount of health. Is it strictly just double damage to Sora?
Yep, it's strictly double damage from Sora, and you deal the same amount of damage to enemies as you would in Standard.
Okay. I know in future iterations of the franchise, you got like critical mode where you would deal like, you'd have a damage buff as well. Not the case here. This is just making things harder for Violin.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very artificial way of increasing the difficulty. But yeah, now we have to kill 5 shadows in order to spawn Leon in the first district. But I'm also going to take a bit of damage so that Leon can kill me as soon as possible. Because that's another fight you can just die to and it'll progress the story. I think I killed 4. I'm going to kill 1 more. And then, okay, I got hit. And then you have to walk into the accessory shop and talk to Sid, and then walk straight out, and Leon will be there waiting for you. And then there's 2 other places where we take damage on purpose, which you will see coming up.
Well, that was nice.
So that's actually the that's actually the better pattern. He can either start by jumping at you, which wastes like 3 to 4 seconds, or he can fireball you immediately.
Well, it makes up for some of the coconuts that we had to deal with earlier. The bad coconut RNG, so to speak.
All right. Yeah, so it might have looked like I was watching that cutscene there, but you actually can't skip it until Riku opens his eyes. Thanks, Square.
You gotta see. Look at the effort we spent on the eyes. You will see them.
Yeah. So you have to talk to Yuffie there in order to grab that chest, and that chest has an elixir, which we're not going to use until Hollow Bastion. Won't be a while. It won't be for a while. But the game likes to throw a lot of elixirs at you at the very start. You do get an elixir from defeating Leon, but because we death abuse to him, we actually have to pick one up in Wonderland. And then there's a bunch of other elixirs scattered throughout several worlds.
Is every elixir plans on, like, I'm going to use this many elixirs on this fight, and you just know where this comes in.
Right, our item usage is very, very specific. So now we're going to command Donald and Goofy here by pressing triangle. They're going to hopefully kill a couple soldiers while I do some empty hits here. And when I say empty hits, I am basically saying that I'm not doing any finishers.
So I noticed immediately Donald tried to go down, kiss the pavement a bit, as Donald does. And Donald and Goofy, do they also take extra damage, or is it they're fine?
They do.
Okay.
They do.
As if Donald didn't have a tough enough time already.
Yeah, so I'm doing a very specific strat here to get guard armor to stagger and then drop down. And I'm going to focus on this part specifically. The hands are the most deadly. So we want to try to get rid of them as soon as possible. And then I'm going to focus on the legs again. Okay. That's pretty good.
Well done.
And then Goofy also has an ether on him, which we're going to take later. There's actually a chance for him to use that ether on Donald, so I'm really glad that he didn't. There we go. And we also have a potion, which I'm going to save until later as well.
I know we're still early on with the level of moves and abilities we have, but I just want to say, like, so my experience with Kingdom Hearts is mainly Kingdom Hearts 2 and like playing the rando, not speedrunning by any means, but it is so hard to like time the hits and like just know when to use the dodges and like how to do your combos. And wow, you're making it look so like simple and easy. Like I can do this, but no, I know how hard this is. Like this is a very difficult speedrun.
Yeah, so that brings me to another thing. In KH1, it's actually faster to time your air combos instead of mashing them out. Well, I'm going to do this menu. We're putting on Brave Warrior there, which gives us more strength. And then I also equipped Dodge Roll and changed my fire shortcut to circle instead of triangle. That's just what I'm used to coming from PS4. I actually changed the order of the customized menu on PC for some reason.
Of course, just to make things complicated.
Yeah. So it is faster to time your air combos rather than mashing them, and also your dodge rolls as well. And here we're stripping the gummy ship from all of its armor. Armor in this game actually slows down the gummy ship. So taking all of the armor pieces off will make it a lot easier for us to die, but it'll also make it so that the ship is as fast as it can be. But there are moments in these gummy missions where you can get one-shotted by random terrain or enemies that come from behind you. So I have to be very, very careful with how I move. This is actually the easiest gummy mission. At a certain point, I will be able to stay at the top right of the gummy mission the entire time and make it to Wonderland.
All right, easy.
Without having to touch my controller.
Would this be a good time to... Okay, now that you're up there, could I plug a couple things for GDQ really quick? Sorry to interrupt, but I want everybody to know that we raised over $3 million for Doctors Without Borders during SGDQ, but from now until July 15th, GDQ's revenue from subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered after taxes are taken out will be donated by GDQ to Doctors Without Borders. So if you got any of those hot Prime subs lying around and you want to still help Doctors Without Borders, as well as get some wonderful emotes in the GDQ chat, no ads, all that stuff, well, now is still a very good time to use that here. So thank you all so much. How are we feeling, Violin?
Also, can I just say I absolutely love the emotes on the GDQ Twitch channel. My favorite one is the spinning one.
Yes, absolutely, so absolutely. Can we get some GDQ spins in chat? If you want to put a lamp in there, that's also cool. But I want to see some spinning going on here.
All right, so this cutscene right here, it's only 5 seconds, but they made it unskippable on PC. It was actually skippable on all other platforms. For some reason on PC, they decided, no, the rabbit is too important. We can't let players skip this.
Oh, look at all the spins.
Let's go.
It's so good.
That's amazing.
Some lamps thrown in. GDQ chat, you are awesome. Thanks for being cool.
So now our goal is to find some evidence to present to the queen. If you guys don't know, we actually only have to get one piece of evidence to trigger the next fight. So the way we're going to do this is actually by despawning these enemies. I'm gonna call Donald and Goofy over, stand on this mushroom, and wait until they despawn. Should be good. Oh, there's one shadow trolling me. This is very rare, but it can happen. Marathon luck, of course. Picking up that evidence right there, and we're gonna head back. And so it's gonna add our 1 evidence box to the Queen of Hearts 4 evidence boxes. We want to pick the one that touches the ground first, because that'll have the soldier in it. We actually want Donald and Goofy to be in our party during this fight. If not, it doesn't really slow the fight down too much, but preferable if we have both in our party. Hey, there we go.
Hey.
And this upcoming fight is interesting because you're trying to hit gears on this harangue tower, but after every hit, it actually is iframes. So we have to hit the gears at a slower pace for every hit to do damage. And now that all the cranks are broken, we can actually hit the tower as fast as we can. The lock-on on the tower can be quite finicky though. You have to like lock onto an enemy and then hit the tower while locked onto the card from the other side for the lock-on on the tower to appear. It's just one of those weird KH1 quirks. But now that we're done with that fight, we're gonna head over to the Tea Party Garden. And if we examine a sign and sit on a very specific chair, the game will reward us with an elixir. And it happens to be the chair right next to the sign.
Is there any clue that clues you into that, or is it just like random chance?
No, it's just completely like the player has to trial and error their way through that.
Of course.
And eventually, once you sit on all of the chairs, the game will tell you that you can't sit on chairs anymore. You can sit on every chair a total of 1 time until you sat on all of them.
I mean, Violin, that is how math works. You sit on 1 chair each once, then you have sat in all the chairs.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now we want to touch the save point to refill our MP and HP. This will be very important for this upcoming fight. We also want our party members to stay alive in case we take damage and they can use potions on us. So this fight is quite finicky. We want to start by doing a fire and then a full combo that'll guarantee that Trickmaster gets stunned right here. And then we just want to keep doing full combos. We're going to back away and do fire spam when our MP is full, because magic deals more damage than physical hits right now. And then every time our MP bar gets filled up all the way to max, we're going to back up and spam more fire. But we're waiting out these attacks and then using the chair to jump up to Trickmaster. Oh. Okay, and then do more fire spam. Unfortunately, he's not giving me a good pattern here. Oh, he's going to the stove. Which is, okay, never mind. He decided, see, this is what I mean. Now he's decided not to go to the stove anymore because he wants to. And because we're far away from the chair now, we're just going to hit him from underneath. Which means we are missing out on some big finisher damage. But it's okay. Okay.
GG.
I mean, that was all right. I didn't die, so that's good.
Hey, didn't die is great.
Yep. that is the mood for this category.
Yeah, for a lot of speedruns, like if you're just getting into speedruns and you want to do a good run or just have a great time, honestly, a good goal is to go through a run without dying. Just doing that alone, even if you're not doing fancy strats or anything, will get you a great time and just feel awesome if you just do a deathless run. Goes for any speed game.
Right. Especially on Proud.
Especially on Proud mode where everything, I saw you like take a hit and it's like, there goes 90% of the health bar. All right.
Yep. Oh yeah, another thing I didn't mention is finishers in this game are actually very, very important. I believe finishers do double the damage that normal hits have. Actually, Majoris is in the chat. He actually knows the exact data, I believe. I believe finishers do double damage compared to normal hits. And then if you get a critical finisher, which you can see a critical by the red circle effect that happens when you do a finisher. And it also makes a distinct sound effect as well. I believe critical finishers do 2.5 times more damage than normal hits. And crits are completely RNG based. And there are certain keyblades that either increase or decrease the crit chance. So that's something to keep in mind. But in Proud mode, because we're not at the damage ceiling, doing critical damage actually does matter. On beginner, it doesn't make a difference because you're already doing maximum damage.
So while we're finishing up this gummy mission, I did have a question. This has bugged me since the first time I ever played Kingdom Hearts 1. I never found an answer to it. So this is a very selfish question for me. Going through Alice in Wonderland, you go through a whole bunch of rooms where it kind of looks like you're just in a box, and it's got like some wallpaper on that's designed to, you know, look like, oh, you're in a field or in a maze or something. Is it do you know if it's intentional that it's supposed to just look like you're in a regular room, or is that we're on PS2? It's an early gen game. We had to fake looking like you're out in the open. I thought it was just so strange going through Alice in Wonderland like that.
I think it is intentional, but at the same time, if we look at future iterations of Wonderland, like in 358 over 2 days on the DS, you can actually go through an entire maze. While the maze in KH1 is just wallpaper.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure.
It was always so weird to me, especially when you get levels like, you know, the Tarzan area here where it's a lot more fleshed out.
Yep. So we're actually going to die here on purpose. And because Sabor decided to taunt me, I decided to get one more extra MP to use on Power Wilds. And then coming up, we have a menu. I'm going to basically remove some Tarzan abilities so that he can only cure. And I'm also equipping 2 of his critical pluses, which will allow him to do a lot more damage, which will be useful for Power Wilds and Sabor coming up. And now we're doing some cool movement to collect these slides. If you roll through the slides, you can collect them while still moving. Do a cool little clank there, and a cool little clank there. Because normally when you collect a slide, you lose control of Sora. So we want to be in an active movement action while collecting the slide. And now we're going to activate this projector. It's going to foreshadow the entire game.
Oh, spoilers in my speedrun.
Yeah.
Can't believe this.
Yeah, so now we're going to collect this chest. I honestly don't remember what it is. I just collected because we sell it later. And we want to sell stuff to afford gummy parts, which will make our gummy ship even faster. Now we're just gonna go get some cutscene triggers to progress the story.
One thing about every single 3D game, like that's like an action RPG, platform, or whatever, it never seems to be that holding forward on the analog stick is the fastest way to move. There's always something weird you can do with the movements. In this case, like right now we're rolling all the time. I think later on to be like a flight move that helps us out. But yeah, you just rolling's faster. Yeah.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention, you can quit out of this minigame. You don't actually have to play it.
Well, that's nice.
If you pause and press quit, you just get teleported.
How nice.
Yeah. Alright, so now we have the Power Wow segment. We're going to utilize a lot of Blizzard and try to get as many Power Wows as we can with a single Blizzard. Fortunately, they were very spread out there. Oh, there's one more somewhere. Hi. And then if there's a singular power wild to go for, I think it's better to use fire because it is more accurate and it is also a homing attack. It's very useful. And now we're gonna swap Tarzan into our party. We're gonna swap him out for Goofy because Goofy doesn't really do anything, and Tarzan deals a lot more damage. Oh, Power Wild jumped out of the way. That's fine. All right, and now I'm just trying to conserve my MP. This is gonna be pretty important for the next room. Now we're making our way over to the treehouse, and we're actually going to go up here and grab this ledge.
Whoa!
Which is slightly faster. Also, the pattern of these.
Okay,
yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
It's okay. The pattern of these power wilds going into this room is actually completely random, so you have to pretty much adapt to whatever you see. And sometimes they can all be spread out and you have to kill one at a time. It's really slow. But we got a little bit lucky there. Then more Blizzard here. Party members are just twiddling their thumbs. That's okay.
Yeah, how much RNG with party member AI? How much does it come into play? Like, are there sometimes it's like, Donald, please, Donald, do something for once?
Yeah, I'd say it's very random. However, you can use the triangle button to target your party members towards specific enemies. That was a really good last fight right there. And now we have the Sabor fight. This fight is very tricky, but my goal is to basically trap Sabor into a corner and then keep doing ground combos to keep Sabor frame trapped, pretty much. Oh, getting a bit unlucky here with this pattern. Oof. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is a very bad RNG. Okay, there we go.
It's like, stay down, please.
Yeah, normally we want to look for a move that Sabor does that can allow us to parry the attack, and then Sabor will be stunned for a little bit, which will allow us to trap Sabor in the corner. However, she was being extremely aggressive there and not doing the attack I was looking for. And we also got White Fang from Sabor, so I'm going to put that on right now. That gives us even more strength.
All right.
And like I mentioned earlier, we want as much strength as humanly possible. You can also quit out of this minigame, and it'll teleport you to this vine. So pretty neat.
All these mini games I could have skipped, Spylen. If only I knew.
Yeah. And then there's this giant pair, which you have to hit 15 times. No matter what your strength set is, it's always 15. Pretty easy fight.
Wait, there's a fight there? Yeah?
Oh yeah, there was a fight
I looked away
there.
for a second and it's gone.
Yep.
You know, as we're rolling our way to the next part, I want to ask chat, Type 1, if you've already learned something you did not know previously about Kingdom Hearts 1 during the first little bit of this run here, continue.
So we're just trapping Clayton in that corner. Pretty easy.
All right.
And then we're going to dodge roll back and try to go for something called animation skip. And I failed it because I did a ground finisher. That's fine. But now I'm scared for my life because the next hit I take, I will die.
It's fine.
Also, Tarzan isn't healing me because my HP isn't low enough to trigger his care move, but it is low enough for me to die on the next hit. Isn't that lovely?
Well, that's great.
Yeah. Okay, wow, that was very close to death.
Oh,
we did
GG. GG, Violin.
GG.
Wasn't even worried. Not at all.
All right, and then we can skip this cutscene as soon as the heart disappears. And we're going to collect a couple items in here as well, which we are going to sell for gummy parts. Oh, Sora can sometimes let go of the ledge there because he wants to. This segment is very notorious in the KH community for not having the greatest platforming. Then we're going to grab... Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. Sora, again, decides to not grab the ledge because he wants to. But there we go.
All right.
And yeah, from Deep Jungle, we got the Cure spell, which we're going to be utilizing a lot. We're also getting the Jungle King Keyblade, which we will be using at the start of Agrabah, or after Save Aladdin. We also got Red Trinity, which is required to progress the story, namely for opposite armor later on, and then a part in Hollow Bastion. But yeah, besides that, we have 2 very long gummy missions in a row.
All right, sounds good. This seems like a good time for me to remind everybody to please go check out twitch.tv/Violin, our wonderful runner tonight, because he has promised, and I don't know if he is going to regret this, to go collect 1 coconut at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts tomorrow, based off of every follow that he gets during Hotfix tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in here one more time. Twitch.tv/Violin. It's very easy. It's right there on the screen. Make this man collect more coconuts. I want to see just Violin into the evening hours, burning that midnight oil, collecting coconuts.
Oh boy. I cannot wait.
I'll also use this opportunity to not sing Disney sing-alongs. Like, I am not Spike Vegeta. I am not the GDQ couch. You're not going to get that from me. I know these are used a lot for that. But I will say, because this is kind of new, relatively new, but Games Done Quick has an Instagram account. So be sure to check out at Games Done Quick on Instagram to get bite-sized clips from our Hotfix shows, like the one today, and see what happens at events. We also have Frame
Actually, didn't know that.
Yeah, we also have a Frame Fatales coming up. It's the next all-women speedrunning event, Flame Fatales. That's going to be in late August, so be sure to type !FF in Twitch chat or head on over to GamesDoneQuick/Frame Fatales.
Awesome.
All right, I did my plugs, so now we can just talk about gummy missions and how silly your ship looks.
Yeah, there is one thing to know, I guess, and that's the fact that I'm not trying to gain a lot of score, because for certain gummy missions, if your score is too high by the end, the game will award you with some cosmetic items, which will slow us down when we put on extra stuff in the gummy menu later on. So I'm just trying to avoid killing stuff. Thankfully, these gummy missions are pretty easy. You can just fly around without using your gun and be fine, as long as you know how to dodge the most basic stuff.
Very good. I'm so curious how many coconuts are up to now.
Oh boy. How do I check that?
Well, you would see your follow count.
We'll worry about that later. It's fine.
Oh, good. We'll just make it too high. Way too high. Higher than it should be. All right.
I will say, if all 5,000 people here follow me, the stream would be way too long. So, yeah, I guess I will ask in chat, what's your favorite Kingdom Hearts game? My favorite is KH1. I just love the world design. It's very special.
KH1, I like different KH games for different reasons. KH1, I feel, had the best consistent story because it was before they kind of went off the rails. With cause everybody, like the Kingdom Hearts story is just infamous for how convoluted and interconnected everything is.
Oh yeah.
But I do very much enjoy KH2's combat. I really, really think it's fun.
Yeah.
So that's why I have fun with like the KH2 randomizer going through.
And KH2 combat is great. We're gonna kill 2 of these yellow operas and hopefully despawn the rest of the enemies so that we can quickly access this trinity. There we go. Pretty good. And we're gonna talk to Leon. Story progression stuff. He's gonna give us Earthshine, which is our ticket to getting Simba. And Simba is actually pretty useful. If you know how to utilize him correctly, he can clear out waves of enemies at a time, and it's very awesome. But at the same time, Simba is very, very situational, and if you get hit out of your charge at any point, you're not going to be doing too much with Simba. It's very specific.
You know, I actually have the power to do this, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to make a poll in Twitch chat for favorite Kingdom Hearts game. Now, there's only 5 fields, so it's going to be tough to narrow it down. But let's put a Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3.
They're doing a lot of rolling. This whole visit is just rolling from point A to point B and then just activating dialogue. Actually, if you are running on the English version of the game, in the first visit of Traverse Town, there's actually a cool glitch you can do. It lets you clip into the waterway early to talk to Leon early. Despite that, JP is still faster, but it's a cool glitch you can do on the English version. And it makes the second visit a lot better paced, because you have to do less stuff. A GDQ spin indeed.
That's what Sora's doing most of the time, at least in this portion of the game. I got a poll running for 10 minutes for best Kingdom Hearts game. Most of them fall in other because there are so many. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. Hear that, Twitch? Give us more poll options. Thank you.
Yeah. And now we're going to utilize some save warping, which I guess I failed to mention earlier, but the load times on PC are so fast so that you can just warp between saves, and then boom, we're already here, and then we talk to Sid.
All right.
Pretty cool.
Hey, Sid.
Back when this port came out on PS3, the load times are so slow that you would have to actually walk to a lot of destinations. It was a nice change of pace when we were finally able to save warp more. Which, by the way, if you're interested in running Kingdom Hearts and you have a PS4, you can get the entire all-in-one package for like $20. That gives you access to that is some crazy value, and that gives you access to a lot of awesome KH games. Yeah, so now we're going to sell everything except the elixir, and that'll give us enough money to buy gummy parts. Now we're gonna go back and talk to Merlin. We're gonna grab Simba and make our way to the third district.
Now, I hate to ask it, but if you were to hypothetically accidentally sell an elixir, how disastrous would that be?
Very, because you'd be selling 2 elixirs, which is very hard. They're very hard to come by. But that would be whoops. That's not supposed to happen. Chat, look away for like 10 seconds, please, for my own For my own ego, I don't want anyone to watch
Wow,
them.
like I didn't know you could just roll across all those platforms. That's really cool to not have to swim at all.
Yeah, that was great. That was very
Yeah.
fast. Very optimal. We're also going to unlock this while we have the chance, because right now enemies don't spawn until after we trigger these next cutscenes.
You know I'm going to make sure that goes to the highlight reel.
No.
On the YouTube channel, you can do exclamation point YouTube. Look at,
Oh.
see, I sold it into a plug into the YouTube channel so you can go watch all the
Nice.
VODs. Yeah.
I like
I'm going
that
to put in
segue.
notes after I send the clips for this. Please put this one in. Just for you, Violin.
Yay. But yeah, I will say every Kingdom Hearts game has their own really awesome tight-knit community. So even if you don't want to run KH1, for example, I know KH1 is one of the longer speedruns. But if you're interested in some of the shorter games like 0.2 or Birth by Sleep, all of those games have really awesome communities behind them, and definitely would recommend checking them out. If you go to speedrun.com/KHFM, you can find the link to our Discord, which will basically a giant Kingdom Hearts speedrun Discord, not just for KH1 but for every game in the series. And yeah, that was TD2. We're gonna warp to Wonderland to put us closer to the warp hole. And we're gonna put on a couple extra gummy items. And you'll see what they do in a sec. So we're gonna put on this gummy engine and this haste gummy. And you might be wondering, Violin, why don't you buy multiple engines to make your ship faster? Well, in KH1, the speed of your gummy ship is determined by your fastest engine. So it'll only take the speed of that one fastest engine. So adding more onto it will not make it faster. Same with the haste gummies. Yeah, because we have the haste gummy, we can now hold square and do a little boost. Which is pretty neat. And I am staying at the top right here until a certain point, because there is an enemy in this gummy mission that comes from behind you, which in my opinion isn't very fair. Isn't fair game design, but these enemies come right behind you and they one-shot you if you get hit. But if you stay in the top right corner, you are safe. And then after you see them pass you, you can move around comfortably again. And the rest of this gummy mission is pretty easy.
I was going to say something during this, but I forgot.
Oh,
I think it was something along the lines of GDQ chat, you do not want to hear me singing Disney songs. So it's very different. So like at a live GDQ, you have the audience going with you. You get the positive reinforcement and everything. So me, I'm just sitting here in a room with a microphone. And if I were to sing, not only would the neighbors have questions, but also there'd be no backing track. It'd be so weird. It'd be so weird, Violin. I don't want to put that on you. I don't want to subject y'all to that. Also, I can't sing.
Okay, so now we have Agrabah. It is a very hard world with a lot going on. I think there's a total of 4 boss fights. Yeah, we're going up to Aladdin's house. We're gonna free the carpet. We're gonna touch the save point as well so we can warp back later. And then we're gonna pick up a Mega Elixir. How Aladdin got this in his house, I have no idea.
It's just grown there. Yeah. There's the lore. I figured it out.
Back to this carpet. We're gonna dodge roll up left 2 times and then summon Simba right away. And a full charge will clear all of the first wave, and then we're gonna want for all of the bandits to spawn in the second wave and kill that wave with Simba as well. Although that can be a little RNG. We'll see what happens.
Well, it just comes in on a giant rock. And then it cuts straight to combat footage. It's like, oh, yep, I'm here now.
All right, so we got one late spawner, which is unlucky, but I can deal with him pretty easily. There we go. That loses about 5 seconds or so. Also, how did the carpet get stuck under there? That is a good question.
Maybe it was in the cutscene we skipped. Out of curiosity, when's the last time you have done like a cutscene run of Kingdom Hearts?
Oh my god. Probably before 2017.
So it's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we are going to take off an ability from Aladdin, which will allow him to do a really cool special attack where he does a lot of damage. He does like a slash upwards. Oh, we got black fungus. So in this specific room, there is a random enemy spawn that you can get called the black fungus, and they are very big time wasters. So to despawn them, you just leave the room and come back. There's one other spawn like that in Halloween Town. But yeah, we put on an ability, or we took off an ability on Aladdin, a bad one, so that he can only do the good one. And then we put on Critical Plus. And we also equipped Jungle King, and we also removed all of Aladdin's potions and ethers, so that he can't heal himself during the Pot Centipede fight. We actually want our party members to die in this fight, because they, if they're alive, they will kill the pots, which you don't want. You need pots to be alive for Pot Centipede to start walking around. So we're gonna start by doing 2 combos here, and then dodging that pot right there that always comes from behind. We're breaking this apart and waiting for him to form back together. Now we keep attacking. Every time we get hit, we have to heal because every attack 2-shots you. And now, oh wow, I got godlike RNG. Normally, he breaks apart there. Like 99% of the time, he's supposed to break apart again. But this time, Pot Centipede decided to be extremely nice.
Wow.
Yeah, that fight is normally never that good.
Well, today it was, you know, balancing out a little bit of that marathon luck.
Yeah.
Marathon luck isn't always bad, everybody. You know, sometimes it could be good.
True. All right, this fight is very, very hard. I have to focus, but the main thing to look out for is I'm trying to parry lasers into Tiger Head's eyes.
Good luck.
That was a very solid fight.
GG's.
So you saw me healing Aladdin in the middle of the fight there. That's just to get the enemies and lasers to target him instead of me. When your party members are all dead, the game prioritizes Sora as the main target, which you don't want for that fight specifically. And then I was doing a lot of lock-on switching there to combo between the eyes. And then using Blizzard whenever I can to deal extra damage. But that fight can get very, very chaotic if you get unlucky. And again, you get 2-shotted pretty much everywhere. But now we're headed to Jafar. But before the Jafar fight, we're going to pick up an extra elixir.
delicious. I do have the results of the poll, so once we find a good time, I'll go over the results so that you focus on the game. Just let me know when.
Yeah, we can discuss that after Genie Jafar.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, the plan here is to get Jafar into a bubble by using magic on him, and then hopefully dealing enough damage to get a 2-cycle fight with the help of Aladdin. But we also don't want to over damage Jafar as well, because then he can't go into bubble in second phase. Oh no! I dropped an input and got punished. Oh, but Jafar's being nice and he's gonna come to me, so.
Oh, beautiful. Friend of the stream, Jafar.
Yeah. Oh, Genie is being very aggressive though. There we go. Oh, barely caught him before he teleported. I lost a little bit of time there, it was fine. And then I gave Aladdin a potion there. That's what I always do. Just to make sure my items are all set up in the menu correctly. And that Aladdin is at full HP without having to use my MP. Now, this is a very specific strat. We're doing a little bit of RNG manipulation by using 9 blizzards in a very specific way. After the 3rd blizzard there, we back up and do more blizzards, and then we want to command Aladdin towards Genie Jafar instead of Iago so that we don't over damage this fight. Getting a parry there, and then switching back to Genie Jafar to use a blizzard. Back to Iago and dealing damage with Aladdin. Got a pretty good pattern here. Oof.
Geometry, please.
Ooh, Aladdin's doing a great job with his special attacks. Oh, okay. That was pretty good. Wow, that pretty much tied my best segment.
Let's go.
That's amazing.
You'd love to see it.
Oh yeah, if you guys don't know, I have my splits pulled up just in case I PB or get world record because I'm very, very close. And I'm currently only 8 seconds behind PB.
Wow, that's that's pretty dang good.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna hit some boulders here and progress the story. You guys didn't know, you can just die here and it's fine.
No, I didn't know. Every single time we're in one of these biddy games, Violet, you tell me we could just skip it, and it makes me mad.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we have coming mission to Monstro. Pretty standard stuff. Oh yeah, the poll results.
Yeah. Is now a good
How did
time?
that go? Yeah.
All right, as well. For best Kingdom Hearts game, Kingdom Hearts 2 did come out in the lead with 64% of the votes. Which,
Oh, wow.
you know, I get that Kingdom Hearts 2 was pretty influential, popularized the series, I think, quite a bit. But,
Yeah.
you know, Kingdom Hearts 1 coming in second place with 17% of the votes, so hooray.
Oh.
I'm not sure how biased that poll is, given that we are currently showcasing Kingdom Hearts 1. I'm sure many of your viewers are here cheering you on. Other was 8%. Birth by Sleep was 6%. And then Kingdom Hearts 3 coming in last was 5%.
Oh. Very interesting. I definitely expected KH2 to win. That's the only game people talk about nowadays is KH2.
Yeah. It's the one I definitely have played the most. We do have a question. Why is the run done in Japanese? Just preference or text speed? And the answer to that is Japanese has faster text scroll and saves, was it 45.6 seconds?
Yep.
I remember the numbers correctly.
45.6.
45.6 seconds over playing in English.
But don't let that discourage you if you want to run this game, because starting out 45 seconds isn't really a big deal, because this run is over 2 hours. So there's plenty of time to save outside of text scroll speed.
Ananda are. Thank you, Donald. Speaking of Japanese, one thing I found interesting just listening to Sora yell things in Japanese is for fire in English, he just cues says fire, fire, fire.
Yep.
In Japanese, he's saying moero, which is more directly translated to burn. So it kind of sounds like a little bit more violence and aggressive because it's like burn, burn, burn.
I didn't know
Every
that.
time he's going, yeah.
Okay, so this is Monstro. It's the shortest world in the entire game. Features 2 back-to-back boss fights, and both of them are very similar. But there's a really cool movement skip here. We'll see if I can pull it off. Yeah, I will say, I find every single KH game in the series enjoyable. I feel like every Kingdom Hearts game has something for people to enjoy.
Like if you really like balloons, boy, do I have the game for you.
All right, here we go.
Dream drop distance.
Oh, there we go. All right, so that's called Chamber 3 skip. If you swing immediately onto the ledge as you're loading in, you can land on the entrance and then jump from there to the ledge grab and skip having to go through an entire room. And that saves roughly 8 seconds.
You made it look so easy.
It is harder than it looks, I will say.
I think I could describe this entire run as harder than it looks, because like just the way you flow through all the combos, and it's like, oh, you just jump and press some buttons, and no timing, which buttons, how the combos work, positioning, and like all the moves you have to watch out for. I'm going to be quiet so you can finish this boss.
So the goal here is to keep staggering the boss. However, oh, apologies, my house phone is ringing. I will explain after. Yeah, so the goal is to keep the boss staggered there by doing finishers as quickly as possible. However, the boss can just randomly break out whenever it wants to. Or your party members can help the boss break out whenever they want to. So. Yeah, Tetsuya Nomura was giving me a call saying good luck on the run.
Oh, thank you, Nomura.
Thank you, Nomura. All right, you just got high jump. So we're gonna equip that. Wait, did I equip that? I did, okay, just checking. We equip high jump, we equip slap shot, Hurricane Blast, I believe, as well. And did I say combo plus? I might have said combo plus.
I don't recall.
There might be something else on this.
It just, like, I was distracted with writing down this clip that, oh, Nomura calling violin, put this in. Let's go.
All right, so this fight is exactly the same. Except now you can open up his mouth. That's my bad. Okay, we got the stagger again. I'm kind of focusing right now. Okay. Well, I just got ridiculous RNG. That was very, very good. I pretty much got a perfect stagger aside from one dropped input. So some more of that GDQ marathon luck. Awesome.
Whew. So is
Yeah,
that
I've
similar
lost,
to phase one where like it could break out of that stun lock at any point?
Yeah, pretty much. Whenever Donald and Goofy target the head, Parasite Cage can open its mouth, revealing an orb, and then what you're supposed to do there is stand on the right side of the orb and do more full combos. But it does, I've lost up to 20 seconds due to bad RNG before. So that was very, very lucky. And we take those.
Absolutely. I hope we can get more of that in this run.
So now we have access to Geppetto's house in Traverse Town, which will give us the Wishing Star Keyblade. And why that's important is because the Wishing Star Keyblade has a cool property on it, which guarantees it guarantees critical damage whenever you do a finisher or a slap shot. The crit chance becomes 100%. So that's going to be very, very useful in Halloween Town and in Neverland because it allows us to, for example, for the Oogie fight, it'll allow us to get a 3 cycle in the fight instead of a 4 cycle. And you'll see what that means later. We're also putting on Ray of Light, which gives us 1 extra MP. The way MP works in Cage 1 is that the more max MP you have, the stronger your magic spells will be. So right now I have 4 MP, which will make my magic stronger than before when I had 3 MP. In future Kingdom Hearts games, the magic stat and the maximum MP they're actually separated. So like the amount of MP in Cage 2, for example, doesn't determine how much damage you deal. Cage 1 is the only game where it's like that. And also in Monstro, we are going to pick up this chest, which contains the Water Gleam gem, which will give us access to Dumbo. And for those who have played this game, you guys know that Dumbo does some cool water attacks. But we're not going to use Dumbo for what you might imagine. We're actually going to do something else with Dumbo, which I will explain later. It's pretty cool. Also, in this gummy mission, you can go all the way down to the bottom and just hold square and nothing will hit you. I don't know why.
Oh my goodness, these gummy missions.
Also, a cool, fun game I like to play with my chat when I get to Halloween Town is I have my chat guess 3 numbers, 1 through 7, to see if they can guess the ghost minigame correctly.
So is that 1 through 7 or 3 digits, each being 1 through 7?
3 digits? Yeah, 3 digits, each of them 1 through 7.
All right, well, I think we can play that game with the GDQ chat. So everybody in chat right now, get your guesses in. That's 3 digits, each from 1 through 7. We'll see if any of you will be correct. Good luck, everybody.
And right there, we got a power up, which will increase our strength by 1, which is very useful, as you can imagine.
If 8 or 9 are in there, or 0, you did not understand correctly.
Yeah, 8, 9, and 0 are invalid.
Your submission already loses. 1 through 7, folks. Saw a bunch of wise guys with the 999. It's like, All right, there's a lot of numbers, Violet. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find the victor.
I'm sure chat will be able to find that out. I trust you guys. But yeah, that was a lot was going on in that menu. I took Jack's ethers. I put 4 ethers on Sora, and I also used the power up on Sora. And now we're going to use a specific amount of blizzards to kill these enemies. 2 blizzards here. We're going to jump and turn around to spawn the last wave immediately. And that was very good.
so many numbers.
Oh, we also want to use an ether along the way. As you can see, there's a lot of going back and forth in this world.
Yeah.
KH1 is KH1 likes to do that a lot. A lot of backtracking.
I still love the whenever you get a new party member, you just go in and rob them of their items. And
Yep.
give them to me.
Yep. I'm gonna try to trap this guy in the corner, like so, and then use blizzards on these two. And then we're going to, okay, I was gonna say we're gonna try to get a spawn skip, but I accidentally fell off. That's fine. We can still skip the next wave. Never mind. Unlucky. Okay. We can still skip these enemies. So we're gonna stand here and dodge roll, then dodge roll again, and mash triangle before the command menu turns red.
Awesome.
Okay. And here we go. Let's see if anyone got it right. 6, 5, 4.
654. Anybody with 654? I cannot go through and verify myself, though Richard, our lovely tech for the evening and restreamer, apparently was copying down all the guesses, so we can see if anybody got it right.
Oh no.
Okay,
Off by
we
one.
had the closest we had was Shadow's Grill with 655. So
Dang.
almost.
Almost. I see people in chat writing 654 now.
Yeah,
You
that's
guys are
not how
funny.
this works, chat. Sorry.
I see we have some comedians here.
Oh, they're hilarious.
I also used another ether during the ghost minigame.
Is that random chance or guaranteed?
The ghost minigame is 100% random. The ether is it's planned. Okay, so now we want to lock onto that gargoyle, use some blizzards here. Okay, that was good. And coming up, we have a very, very difficult fight. It's lock, shock, and barrel. They're very, very small targets, and they deal a lot of damage, and they move around a lot. So basically, the strat in this fight is to do ground combos, which, by the way, we're going to switch out Ray of Life for Brave Warrior again, so we want more strength now. We want to do ground combos on Elizabeth. Oh my god. Ooh, falling off here would not be good. It loses like 30 seconds. Yeah, ground combos on LSB, and whenever we take one hit of damage, we have to jump away and cure every single time. There's no better strat. It's just what you have to do on Proud.
All right. Good luck,
We're gonna
Mylan.
focus on, thank you. We're gonna focus on Shock first, because she is the most threatening. Errol is not being very nice right now. Okay, now we're gonna hit Barrel. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, and now we're gonna hit Lock. Oh my god. As you can see, you can get trolled by a lot of things in this fight.
Stop bouncing.
By the terrain. Oh my god. I love clanking with the walls. It's my favorite. Oh my god. Yeah, that was a fight. This is one of the fights of all time.
One of the fights of all time. You heard it here first.
Yep. It is a fight that exists. But yeah, make sure to hit that switch before you leave this room. A lot of runners forget. A lot of runners starting out forget. And then they get down to this door and they're like, why isn't it open? I'm totally not talking about me when I started running this game. I totally never did that.
I don't know who you're talking about.
All right, this fight is hard. We're gonna start by jumping and doing a blizzard. That'll manipulate the gargoyles to go towards us. And now we want to trap Ogi on a specific platform. Make sure Donald and Goofy are not on the same platform as us, because they basically how Ogi works is he has a hit counter. You can only hit him 10 times before he forces you off. And now we want to deflect some dice, which will allow us to get to the next part faster. That was good. Oh, he almost went the other way. Okay. I'm only going to do slap shots here for extra damage. Okay.
I love Japanese Oogie Boogie.
Oh my god, I got I got trapped underneath that die.
Darn.
Yeah, as you can see, game hard. Yep. Game is hard. You get proud mode is silly. What can I say?
And it's super unforgiving, yeah.
Yeah. I believe that was the first death of the run too. So.
It was, yes.
All right, let's try it again.
This time for sure.
Man, Ogi almost did a full lap. Also, the dice spread RNG is random as well, unfortunately. Okay, I'm actually going to leave him at that amount of HP to not over damage him, because then he can go into a phase that we don't want. There we go. That's what the fight is supposed to normally look like. There we go. And we just want to do slap shots here to ensure that we can kill him without him giving us a fourth phase. I'm also going to soft shortcut. Oh, thank you. I'm actually going to I soft shortcutted the stop spell right there. Basically, soft shortcutting means just highlighting the magic in your menu and then backing out. And next time you go into your magic menu, it'll still be on the stop spell. Because I will be using that in this fight. And I'm going to focus here because this fight can be quite random and dangerous. Making use of those guaranteed crits right there. Every time you see a circle come out of the attack, that means I got a crit. Oh, and I have to heal right here if I get hit, so I don't die. Oh, that's very, very random. You just have to be ready for anything. Oh. My goodness. All right, Donald healed us there. Very nice. We're going to do a cool little ledge grab skip right there. Cat has to miss Master one. And there we go. That was very stressful.
Yeah, so so far, Violent has been performing very well in this run. I think that death to Oogie Boogie just goes to show you how fragile Sora is in this mode.
Yeah.
How easy it is to just, lose your timing and then just you die so fast. So when you see these runs and you see like Violent just doesn't die that often, like. I think that really demonstrates how much skill it takes to do something like Kingdom Hearts 1 crowd mode.
Absolutely. But yeah, now we have the gummy mission to Neverland. The cool thing about this, though, is, well, I wouldn't say cool, but in the original ports of this game, there's a 30% chance of you skipping Neverland and being forced to go to Atlantica. However, on PC, we have allowed a mod that makes Neverland appear consistently. Because it is completely RNG and would lose you 46 plus seconds if you missed it.
That is so weird.
So, yeah, at the top you will you see the text that says hookship 100%. That means we are using the mod, and there will be a load transition in this going mission. If you see an exclamation point appear, that means we would have missed hookship if we weren't using the mod. If the exclamation point appears later, that means we would have gotten it regardless. So we'll see. But shout outs to Detonator for creating the mod. He is very, very awesome. Yeah, so we actually would have gotten hookship anyway. So that's cool. More of that marathon luck.
I love this emote you have with the gummy ship.
Yeah.
And if you want emotes like that, be sure to head on over to twitch.tv/violin for more Kingdom Hearts 1 shenanigans, because I know you've been on the world record grind for a number of weeks now. I hope I'm pulling for you to get it soon.
All right, Neverland is also another really hard world, and you will see why. It actually contains my least favorite fight in the entire run, that being Captain Hook, and you'll see why. I'll let it speak for itself. So we're gonna walk through this door while not being able to see. Let's see. Oh, never mind, I missed it. Actually, no, I got it. I definitely got it right there. Clearly. All right. I can't mess up in a speedrun.
Nobody has ever messed up.
That's impossible.
Perfect runs only.
Doing a cool blizzard there at the top of the ladder to hit the load zone quicker. And then we have Anti-Sora coming up. Our goal in the Anti-Sora fight is to do a very specific loop to keep Anti-Sora trapped near the door that we start from, which will allow us to go for a fast fade out. This fight is very hard though, so I'm definitely going to focus here. I think the loop speaks for itself. And we also want our party members to die as soon as possible, so they don't push Anti-Sora around. Getting that parry there on purpose to prevent taking damage. Oh. Mistimed my hit there a little bit. Go back in the corner, please. Thank you. Oh, Goofy is being mean. Oof. Okay, this should be... I should be able to get the loop started now. Anti-Sora will play nice. Where is he? Hi. Oh my goodness. Good job, Sora. right, there we go. Oh my goodness, Sora, come on, man. Stop missing. Okay, there we go.
right.
Let's see if I can get this fast fade out. You have to dodge roll towards the door at the end of the fight. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. Because it's a bit random. But yeah, that's kind of how the fight is supposed to go. You're not supposed to get hit a lot. Long menu here, give me a sec. Okay, so a lot of stuff happening there. We put on Raven's Claw over Brave Warrior, which will let us do even more damage. Put Tornado on Goofy. We put what is it? We put Guard on Sora and Hurricane Blast, I believe. Or no, it was just Hurricane Blast. And I believe that's... Oh, we also customized Stop on Triangle. And now we have this Heartless fight. We're going to stop these first two. Okay, got that one. And I have to do this... Oh, okay. Peter Pan using Stop on this enemy actually loses time, so that's very unlucky.
Thanks, Peter Pan.
Yeah, thanks, Peter. All right. Oh, that was very lucky. There's one more enemy. Oh, wow. He was very, very far away. Okay. We're gonna try to time this stop perfectly to catch a couple enemies under these gravities. The soft shortcut Blizzard for later, because there's a cool strat I can do on Hook if you will allow me to. Peter Pan, what are you doing, man? Again with the stop. All right, with my MP, I should be able to do 3 stops on Hook here at the very start. All right, now we want to try to trap Hook in this upper level. Uh-oh. And then use a Blizzard when you see Hook doing that attack. That'll force him to go back like that. Uh-oh. Okay. Ooh.
GG Violin.
This fight is incredibly scary because your party members can push Hook around. The Battleship Heartless can push you around. The Hook is just sporadic on his own as well. There's a lot going on.
I do appreciate
everything there.
Oh, go ahead. Finish your stuff.
Sorry.
Finish your stuff. Go ahead.
I was gonna say everything there is a 2-shot. So every time I got hit, I had to back away and heal.
Makes sense.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I find it poetic that a big weakness of Captain Hook is your stopping time thing. He hates. He hates ticking clocks, and it's like, oh, it's so great.
True. I didn't think about that. That's cool. Yeah, that was one of the better Hook fights I've had in recent memory. All right, we're gonna get a Flare G here. It is an upgraded engine. We're gonna put it on after we leave the world. I'm gonna put on some more stuff as well. So right there, we put on Glide, we put on Guard, we put on Ars Arcanum, and then we put on the Fairy Harp Keyblade, which has extra strength. And now we're going to replace our current engine with the new one. Like so.
All right, upgraded. Now we go faster.
Yeah. Yep.
So that whole menu
And
segment,
before-
oh, go ahead, finish your thought.
Before we go to opposite armor, we're going to head on over to Merlin's house and grab Dumbo real quick. That'll be useful for Hollow Bastion. What about the menu?
Okay, so are you using like KBM to do the menus, or is that all on controller? Whatever you have to do.
Nope,
with
the
menus?
entire run. Yeah, the entire run is on controller.
Yeah. So for those of you who may not be familiar with RPG speedruns, menuing is always, you know, a big part of going through, equipping things, taking things off and items. And Violin is very, very fast at these menus. That alone is like a skill that requires practice to go through menus that fast. I'm looking at you like blazing through equipping this stuff. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
So, very underappreciated.
Yeah, all of the menus
skill,
that I
think.
do. Thank you. Yeah, all of the menus I do are completely muscle memory. With a couple exceptions, I just look for a specific Japanese character. But mostly muscle memory. A pretty decent fight right there. Just had to clear some Heartless to get access to this Red Trinity. And we have to ring the bell 3 times. Which reminds me, if you do subscribe to youtube.com/ViolinSR, where I post all of my Kingdom Hearts content, make sure you hit the bell on your way out.
You know, good, very good, Violin. I'm proud of you. Good plug. I'm gonna type that into the Twitch chat. Maybe I'll be there on time with that with stream delay.
All right, now we have Fate Guard Armor. We're just gonna do 3 hits. Hopefully it works. Nope. Okay. Well, a 4th one just to, I don't know. I got trolled there a bit. Using an Ether there, and now I'm going to guard and use an Rs. Do a combo on this part right here and 2 more hits. Do another guard and attack the other hand. Oh, getting a little bit unlucky. It's fine. Okay, now he's going to Cannon Fizz, which now we can just guard the cannon and punish. We actually don't want to see Cannon Fizz. It does lose a little bit of time, but that's okay. That's still decent enough. And you can actually skip this cutscene when it starts fading out. Don't know why. You can just skip it while the HUD is still up. And now we have a couple more cutscenes. Then Sid will give us the... He'll use the Navi Gummy we found in Neverland to allow us to progress to Hollow Bastion. And I used to think when I started running this category that the Hollow Bastion going mission is very difficult. It takes a lot of damage. But actually, no. I found a newer, lazier strat.
Do tell.
Because honestly, the less effort I have to put into a speed game, the better. So I like to find these strats. First, we're going to warp to Neverland. And then quit out. Now, this first half is just reacting and dodging stuff.
Are the
I'm just gonna
asteroids
fire a
random
gun.
every time?
No, they're always in the same position. So, and it's not really difficult to dodge because all the enemies are slow. There is a point in this gummy mission though, right here, where you want to stop holding square and wait until the next part transitions and then use your boost so that you don't lose time in between transitions. And then after that, you can just stay in the top right corner, hold square and circle until almost the very end, and nothing will hit you.
All right, get those gummy ship emotes in chat, everybody. I want to see them. They were great last gummy mission. I want to see more. It's a very good emote violin. It's great.
Thank you. My chat is very creative. They helped me come up with that.
I love stuff like this in auto scrollers. Just find the easy spot.
Yeah. And then right there you want to move because that enemy can one-shot you, the one that just passed. All right, and this is where the game really ramps up in difficulty. There are a lot of very tough fights coming up that definitely gave people trouble as a kid. If you haven't heard there's no way you're taking Kyrie's heart at least 20 times, then you were doing something very wrong. Because cutscenes on the PS2 were not skippable back in the day.
The days where every game had unskippable cutscenes. I know recently there's been some modding going on. Like I remember during SGDQ we had the Final Fantasy X run with the cutscenes removed, and literally 60% of the run was taken out with just skipping the cutscenes because it was over over half of the run was cutscenes. So.
Yeah, I'm really a fan of cutscene skip mods whenever they make sense. They make games a lot more accessible. Like me personally, I don't really have the time to speedrun a 10-hour game, so FF10 having cutscene skips now is amazing.
Vile, is it okay if I say something really quick?
Yeah, sure.
There's no way you're taking Kyrie's heart.
Oh boy. Thank you. I also had trouble with this little dungeon as a kid. But it's actually really easy. If you just hit the switch closest to you every single time, you'll get through it. Who knew?
Hey.
It's actually very linear, but we tend to overcomplicate things. So. I mean, look, FF10 cutscenes are amazing.
They are.
Especially the cutscene. You know which one I'm talking about.
Does it involve laughter?
Mayhaps.
My favorite FF10... I don't want to get too far from this run, because we are playing Kingdom Hearts 1 here on Game Masters with GDQ Hotfix. But the cutscene where Tita says, "I'm coming for you, Dad," as he's staring at this giant whale in the sky. Always just very amusing.
Yeah, we did 2 gravities on that Defender. I don't know why I blanked there. We did 2 gravities on the Defender there, and then commanded Beast to do a roar or a dive. Sorry, a lunge to finish him off. When you have the wooden sword, your physical damage, I believe, becomes 0. But what most people don't know is you can still do magic, and it still deals a lot of damage. The next time you're playing KH1 and you get to this part, gravity is your best friend. And we're gonna go over to this corner and despawn these dark balls. And then activate the switch. And now we have the first Riku fight coming up. This is a very random fight. Riku just moves around sporadically with no clear pattern. But the goal here is to get Goofy to use Tornado and hopefully parry Riku, and we want to try getting Riku into a corner. It doesn't. It only works out like 30% of the time, but we just have to adapt and see what happens. Gonna start by doing 2 hits into an Ars. Come on, Goofy. Oh. Okay, Goofy not doing a great job here. But that was okay. We managed to deal a lot of damage with ours. It wasn't that bad. Unfortunately, Goofy was getting hit out of his tornado there at the worst time. Now we're gonna go to the library, and we don't have to do the whole puzzle. You just have to put in 2 or 3 books. Get access to the switch that unlocks the door at the top of the library.
Love how the book is the entire size of Sora's torso.
Yeah. Wonder how heavy it is. And now we're actually gonna leave and go to Agrabah real quick, because we just unlocked the White Trinity from defeating Riku. And from the White Trinity, we get a cool accessory called Ifrit's Belt, which increases our strength by a lot. So it is absolutely worth it to go all the way to this world and get this White Trinity. And that should put us in near the damage healing for most fights. Especially once we equip Oblivion later on, which increases our strength even more. And then we leave. And we're gonna go back to the library and continue Hall Bastion.
And we're back.
Yep, just like that. And this switch will unlock the door. Now we're going to do some quick fires while jumping in the air and moving towards the barrels. A lot of inputs happening there. And we're also lock-on switching by pressing L2. We have to do this red trinity to get this puzzle piece.
I love this little cutscene.
Then we have to push this statue. Light the last 2 candles here, and now we have access to all the puzzle pieces. We'll try to do some cool movement here. All right, Tony Hawk would be proud. And do a quick menu here. Take some ethers from Beast. And we have to put these items in this specific order. It has to be ether, elixir, elixir, ether, ether. For the Maleficent fight. And now we have to put on, we have to unequip guard. Put on Ifrit's Belt on the bottom slot, and then give Beast the white thing. And that will come into play in the second visit. It'll allow Beast to kill everything in one roar on the elevator fight. All right, now we're gonna try to despawn some wyverns. It can be a bit random though. See what happens. Also, I'm aware there's blue pixels here. That's just a thing that happens when you have a 30 series graphics card. Again, thank you, Square.
I was really worried for a second that your computer was about to die. I'm glad.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, it's just the 30 series.
Yeah, I get people pointing that out to me every single run. No joke. But yeah, it happens. But yeah, we despawn those wyverns very efficiently, so nice. And then we got the Haste 2G, which is an upgraded booster, which will allow us to go extremely fast. Now we're going to soft shortcut Arrow, the bottom ether, and Dumbo. And you will see why. Also say hi to Goofy, guys.
Hi, Goofy. I see you have teeth and a nose.
Two of them.
Yeah, you're just there.
All right, I'm doing some wizard cleanup. Oof. Well, I was fully expecting that wizard to disappear, but he was being nice. All right. And now we can say hi to Donald.
Why is there a zipper in Donald's hat's violin? Why is there a belt on his forehead? What are you doing, Nomura?
KH1, the early 2000s was the era of belts. Actually, fun fact, if you count all of the belts on Leon in this game, there's 13 of them. Coincidence? I think not.
He's got to be a member of Organization 13. There's no other explanation.
So now we're going to see our first usage of Dumbo. If you haven't seen this before, prepare to get your mind blown. We're actually going to use Dumbo for movement to skip a lot of platforming and movement in general. We're going to summon Dumbo, we're going to elevate a little bit, and then dismiss Dumbo and grab the ledge. Like so.
Yo.
All right, I'm also in one-shot range right now, so hopefully I don't get hit early on in this next fight. This fight is one of the hardest in the run. It is Maleficent. It's also one of the most random fights in the run, because your party members can ruin it, but I'm gonna focus. Yep, and that's the RNG factor that I was talking about. So yeah, cool. There was nothing I could have done about that. I just had to take the death.
Kingdom Hearts 1 proud mode, everybody.
Yep. Great category. Ooh, these defenders are very scary, but there you go. There we go.
You know, Violin, not once have I had somebody I've had on the show where I asked them, I was like, you know, about this category, and you're like, I don't like this category, but I'm gonna get world record in it, and I feel like that just has so much speedrunner energy to it.
Absolutely. So right there, we put on another elixir and mega elixir on Sora, and then we equip the bottom 3 abilities on Donald. One of them is Cheer, which will power up our summons later on. But this is also a very hard fight. This one is very consistent though, but I still need to focus. Gonna be a lot of stop usage and a lot of items.
Good luck.
There we go.
Let's go.
Yeah, so that fight is really hard on a standard and proud. You have to time your air combos pretty much perfectly, and then also use items in between combos. And then stop her again in time so that she doesn't put her head up too high. And that is one of the fights that is as hard as it looks.
Very impressive. Also, shout outs to
And
the blue dots.
Yeah. And as if that fight wasn't hard enough, this fight is also hard. We have another loop to do. And if I do it perfectly, it'll blow your mind. But I'm going to focus again. Lots of focusing in Hollow Bastion. Oh, wow. Okay, that is what I call a veteran mistake. Because what I did there was I comboed Riku too quickly, which caused him to break out and DM, and I was DMing again.
Good
And in order for
recovery.
you-
Good recovery.
Yeah, it's really easy to die here. But in order for you to combo him too quickly, that requires you to do an underhand swing, which because Riku is at the same height as Sora, it is really hard to do an underhand swing on Riku. You have to be too good. And I'm not saying that as a flex or anything. It's just that mistake rarely happens because it's hard. That's something that's hard to do, to be too fast.
I love it.
But yeah, you can basically loop Riku Ansem throughout the entire fight and DM skip him. I unfortunately got unlucky. Someone in chat asked, does KH1 have revenge value? There isn't a revenge value per se, like in KH2, but certain boss fights do have a stagger counter, where if you reach a certain amount of staggers, that boss will retaliate or move away. The stagger count on Riku Ansem specifically is 4. For Oogie Boogie, it's 10. For Ansem 1 and 2, it's 3. I don't remember if any other fights have a stagger counter, but there are a couple of them. I think for Leon, it's 5. I think that's one I remember. Yeah, various different bosses have different, various different stagger counts. So now we're going to talk to Sid. And ooh, I have a question. Are there any other runs happening in this event?
In terms of today,
Yeah.
yeah, there is a run. We have Time Capsule coming up after Game Masters today. It's Time Capsule if you're new from SGDQ and you don't know what that is. It's a show that showcases runs from a particular year.
Okay.
And today,
Okay, but basically,
it's going to be Spyro and Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped.
oh, nice. Oh, I heard about that. My friend Rico is actually commentating for that, and I believe the Crash runner is Nitrovsky.
I think
But yeah,
yes, I can confirm that. Yeah.
But there is a very hilarious glitch during the Oathkeeper cutscene, which I would recommend going to YouTube sometime later and looking up Missmaster 1's KH1 level 1 run that you did for SGDQ. They show off the very hilarious Oathkeeper glitch, and basically what happens is if you dodge roll to Kyrie at a very specific time, Sora will start freaking out and do a bunch of attacks during the cutscene on his own. It is very worth it to go and watch that. It is absolutely the funniest thing I've seen in any KH game.
You don't happen to have a save ready to just bebop right over there and glitch for us, do you?
I don't believe I do, but yeah, I would recommend going and watching that SGDQ run. Just you can skip to the end and see what the cutscene looks like. It's hilarious. Yeah, we're putting on haste 2G right there, and now we're gonna go very, very fast. Now we're zooming. Look at that. This is also the most dangerous gummy mission in the entire run, so because we're going so fast, you have way less time to react to everything.
I can delay my plugs if needed for this gummy mission.
Oh no, you can go ahead and plug where you need
All
to.
right, we're gonna plug. I can't believe we're gonna plug during another gummy mission, but Games Done Quick Highlights is a channel that features highlights of our GDQ Hotfix shows. Use the ! highlights command in Twitch chat to learn more about our highlights. That's where I'm going to put that thing that Violin did not want any of us to see.
No.
I'm going to leave a letter to the editor to say, hey, please keep this in. That's going to show up on that channel the next week or two. Generally, they post videos once a week going over highlights from the week in Hotfix. I understand everybody has busy lives and can't watch 6 straight hours of GDQ content literally every single day of the week all year long. That's a lot of content. So
yeah,
you can add on over to the highlights channel and see, you know, a little bit of it here and there.
Oh yeah, so halfway through the gummy mission to Hollow Bastion, you can actually quit out, and you don't have to do the second half. Shoutouts to Spike Vegeta for figuring that out by accidentally dying.
I love that. Figuring out speed tech accidentally, we'll never get them.
All right, we're gonna do a quick menu here. There we go. So I did a lot there. So what I did was put on Oathkeeper. It's going to give us more magic. I also unequipped Beast's top ability and put on a critical plus, which will allow him to do a very powerful roar later. And then I put guard back onto Sora and put gravity on the triangle shortcut. I also picked up a Mega Elixir right there. Oh, and earlier we actually picked up Mushu from Merlin's house. Forgot to mention that. And now we're gonna use Dumbo right here and do another cool skip.
Is this the only time Dumbo was used is for skips and not actually?
Yep. Well, actually, actually in the level 1 speedrun, Dumbo is used in one fight in End of the World to deal some extra damage because our damage output is very limited on level 1. So we pretty much use 3 summons, I believe. But outside of level 1, we only use Dumbo for movement. Also, we're going to position Beast on this triangle and then stand between him and the center. And hopefully, if RNG is in our favor, Beast will jump to the middle enemy and roar and kill everything.
Come on, Beast.
Oh, Okay, there's one enemy that still had a hit remaining. That was really, really good though.
Nice. Good job, Beast. You did it. Almost.
And now you guys can say hi to Beast. There you go.
I love it. Thank you. Premium hotfix content right here, staring right up Beast's chin.
Yep.
Just the 1,000-yard stare.
All right, so before we do the next Dumbo skip, we're actually going to drop down to a hidden room, and we are going to collect ourselves the Royal Crown accessory, which will give us a lot more MP. It'll be very useful coming up in End of the World. I actually didn't know this area was here as a kid. Ignore the blue squares. And now we use Dumbo again.
Yay!
For the last time.
We can't stare at Dumbo's face, unfortunately. So this cutscene's all you're gonna get.
Aw. Yep. I'm going to touch the save point here to replenish our MP and HP.
I'm amazed how many times we go through this room with the texture glitch.
Yeah. All right, now we're gonna do specific movement here, hopefully to despawn all the wizards so that we can collect Oblivion without having to fight anything. We're going to use a fire here. As you can see, we have an orange MP bar, and once we swap to Oblivion, we're gonna have full MP with the full orange MP bar, which will allow us to do ours sooner. Cool little optimization right there. And now our goal here is to get on top of the head and do some hits in ours. And then dodge the lasers whenever it happens. Then hopefully our party members will also deal some extra damage, which they are doing a great job right now. I have to wait there. There's iframes. Oof. Almost fell off there. That would have been very bad. I'm gonna drop down and do some more air combos. Oh, I got a very bad pattern here. I'm gonna use an ether here actually, and then do another R's. This is the move you don't want to see. It's very slow. The attacks you're looking for are the that attack, the jump, or it's good if Behemoth charges up some orbs, which I know that's Twitch chat's favorite word.
Is it Twitch chat? Is that really, truly? Of all the words, that's your favorite?
Also, there's a cool cutscene skip coming up. Or not cutscene skip, a cutscene. Because I cannot skip this cutscene. Because this cutscene is an unskippable cutscene that I cannot skip because it is unskippable.
Well, this is normally where we throw
Shoutouts,
to donations. But because... Oh, well, you can go ahead.
I was going to say, shout outs to Biscuit047, who created that very awesome phrase. But yes, now would be a great time to follow twitch.tv/violin because I will be collecting a coconut for every single person that hits that follow button. in a stream tomorrow. That's going to be fun. The more people that follow, the more I have to suffer. So.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I want to see Violent collecting a lot of coconuts. Also, from now until July 15th, GDQ's revenue from subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered after taxes will be donated by GDQ to Doctors Without Borders. So, just so you know, just so you have that information. What is Kingdom Hearts Violin?
All right, so that is the end of the cutscene. Now we're gonna put on Oathkeeper again. We're gonna give Goofy our not Ray of Light, Omega, no, we're going to give him Ray of Light. I'm sorry, my memory's bad. We're gonna put on Omega Arts on Sora, which we got from Behemoth. Give Goofy Ray of Light. And then also unequip Tornado and put Goofy's bottom 3 abilities on, and give Donald MP Rage. And now we have a very dangerous gummy mission. It's our last gummy mission, going to Enter the World. And here you want to do the same thing. After the first boost, you want to stop boosting and wait until this next section transitions before you use your next boost. Like so. And then there are some enemies coming up later in this gummy mission that can one-shot you if you hit them. I just found that out the run before this one, because I've never died to those previously.
Never, ever not able to use.
Never, ever.
Oh, sorry, I was laughing so hard when I asked you what Kingdom Hearts is. You're just silent. Everybody's like, good answer, good answer.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts is one of the video games ever.
One of the video games ever. Violent 2022.
And it may or may not also be light.
I have a challenge for you, chat. Describe the plot of the Kingdom Hearts series in one sentence. No run-ons allowed.
Darkness. There, I used one word. All right, I'm gonna use arrow here, and then swap to this invisible, do some gravities. Catch this one and do some more gravities. These invisibles are very spread apart, which is not normally good. And one of them decided to use their desperation move. Oh, you're at full health. That's bad. Okay, unlucky. It's a very random fight. A lot of different things can happen. And we're gonna stick with Oathkeeper because of our higher magic stat. Our gravities will actually do more damage on these angel stars. And then after this, we will swap to Oblivion for more strength. Okay. All right. That was not too bad, besides that one angel star hiding behind the wings. We're gonna pick up an elixir right here. And what I did there was swap to Oblivion and use a Cottage, which refills the entire party's MP and HP. Picking up another Cottage right there, which we will use later. Oh yeah, I did a Blue Trinity earlier in Hollow Bastion. That gave us 2 cottages, or no, 2 cottages and a Mega Elixir. And now we're gonna command our party over this way, do some gravities, wait for Goofy to give us MP. Do 3 more gravities, and then stand on this leg, which will prevent us from taking damage during that laser shot. Do some R's. and do some combos.
Of deja vu.
And you might be asking why I didn't use gravity on the behemoth from before. And the answer is the behemoth in Hollow Bastion is actually considered to be a boss fight. And boss fights in KH1 are all resistant to magic. So gravity in the Hollow Bastion behemoth fight it barely does any damage. However, the behemoth fights in End of the World are considered to be regular enemy encounters, which is why gravity works very, very well on them.
Shoutouts to No
We're
Fall
filling
Damage.
our, yeah. I put on Royal Crown and Oathkeeper, and now we have 9 MP, which will allow us to utilize Simba here, and you'll see just how deadly he is.
Got a hype train going, all that money after taxes going to Doctors Without Borders. Thank you all so much.
Let's go. So we're gonna do 2 ticks right there to stun the enemies a little bit, and now we can do 3 full charges. And as you can see right here, it's killing the entire wave. Simba is busted. Level 2 hype train. Can we get to level 3?
I don't know. That's gonna be up to chat. You got any of those prime subs? I can only sell
And now
out
we're
so
gonna
much.
use some fires. Swapping to the next enemy after the 5th fire. Gonna use a gravity on each of these enemies, and finishing the rest with fire. This is the only time we see Atlantica. So basically the game just makes us go through all of the worlds that we didn't seal the keyhole for. So that'd be Olympus and Atlantica.
Yeah, I kind of forgot Olympus was in this game. Yeah, now that you mention it.
Yeah, Olympus and Atlantica are completely optional worlds. Picking up another elixir in that chest. And now we're gonna use arrow at the start here for defense and hopefully catch all the enemies in this gravity. Unfortunately, didn't get the greatest RNG. Uh-oh. Okay, that wasn't too bad. We're gonna use more gravities on these invisibles right here. Oh, nice. Donald kept that invisible trapped underneath the gravity, which allowed me to do a fire there. That's not right. There we go. Okay. Whoa. Lots of gifted subs. Holy moly.
Yeah, thank you all
Yeah, I put on,
so much.
Yeah, thank you. I put on EXP 0 just now, which will allow us to do a glitch called damage storage. Donald died. That was bad. And now I'm low on MP. That's bad. Okay. I got very unlucky there. Oh well. I think I still have damage storage active though. Okay, so basically, with EXP 0, you can do a finisher, and then summon Mushu, and you'll see just how much damage he does. If I have this glitch set up correctly. We shall see. Oh, there we go. All right. Okay, normally Mushu can kill there right away. unfortunately, I was a little under damaged because I started from the bottom. Normally, you can land on the Chernobog's bicep, so that you'll be closer to the head once you summon Mushu. That was still all right. I recovered decently well. Still lost a bunch of time because I got unlucky, but it's whatever. Now we're gonna put on Super Glide. And now we have another really hard fight. I'm gonna soft shortcut Simba so I don't summon Mushu by accident. And this behemoth fight is pretty much the same. You have to use a lot of gravities and a lot of R's. Like so. Okay, and after killing Behemoth there, we need to go to this emblem door and start walking towards it. That'll allow us to have enough time to open that menu during the transition. And we put on Oathkeeper, we put on Royal Crown, and then we also use another cottage. And now we have to position ourselves in a way to kill these dark balls with fire. Then we're going to use a cool stop strat on these invisibles, and I need to focus. Oh, there's one invisible left. Oh, that was so good, except that one invisible. That's fine. And now we summon Simba, and Simba takes care of the rest.
It's just like a rail gun that you set up on one side of the room.
Yeah. But that stop strat was actually found very, very recently by yours truly. It was actually found the strat.
Did you name it after yourself?
No, I don't like naming stuff after myself. I just call it the stop strat.
The stop strat.
I am very uncreative when it comes to names.
I like making speed tech names as like convoluted as possible.
Oh no.
Or when people choose ones, like one of my favorite from the Ori community, there's I think it's the Ultra Magnificent Ject Stop Mark III for
oh my
a stun.
God.
Yeah, it's not in FF10. It's just a silly name that was made for something.
Mm-hmm. We'll touch the save point and refill our HP and MP, and we're going to use Mushu here again. Make sure to soft shortcut Mushu during my glide. My friend Manny says violin visibles. I mean, that works. All right, full combo right there. And it has to be a regular finisher to note. It can't be a modifier like Hurricane Blast. Otherwise, damage storage doesn't work. Yeah, just do a full combo with the normal finisher, and now Mushu will be super powerful. Ow. Okay, let's not get hit anymore. Nope. Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Yeah. It's just an itty bitty good amount of damage.
Yeah. And here's our last menu. I'm just gonna put on a bunch of items.
This is ridiculous. This menu speed. Oh, that was sexy.
And there we go. Thank you. Now we're going to do some hits into ours. Okay, and then we have Ansem 2. This fight is hard. I'm going to go for a DM skip by staggering him and then using R's, essentially. Oof. Who needs to heal? And there we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, by the way, if you saw me shaking my head, chat, my grandma came into the room and I was like, no, I'm not done yet.
Shout outs to violins, grandma.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to do a full combo at the start here, and that'll activate damage storage, and our fires will be very powerful. I'm gonna use a lot of elixirs here too. Okay, getting hit there is fine as long as I don't get hit one more time. I got very good RNG here. He did a lot of long attacks, which is exactly what you want. Oh, there's still a bat spawned. I didn't even realize that. You're supposed to despawn all of the bats because they can completely destroy you. Apparently, I didn't despawn all of them, but I got very lucky that none of them hit me.
It's fine.
All right, and now I just have to do some empty hits, hopefully not die. Oh my goodness. Normally you're supposed to have R's here, but my MP was lower than usual, so I couldn't do it. Sure, I have arrow prepped for this next fight. This fight can get very chaotic, so I'm gonna use arrow at the start and then try to combo multiple artillery at the same time. Focus on this group first. I'm gonna heal because I got hit. Then focus on these two. Just lock on switch between them. Not like that. Okay, I'm gonna heal, use another arrow for safety. Always want to play safe in this fight. Because dying is obnoxiously easy. And then do some cleanup. Alright, not too bad. And at the start of this fight, I want to use a gravity into an R's. I'm gonna use an arrow here to be safe. Uh-oh, my arrow got canceled. I'm gonna heal. There we go. Goofy is doing a nice job in giving us MP using his MP gift ability that we put on. We're also looking to get Mega Ether drops here for the next fight. I think I've gotten at least one. Oh, there's a second one. Nice. That's a very good RNG. Exactly what we're looking for. And we're going to use a Mega Elixir there to refill our MP and HP. And this fight is the worst in the game. I'm going to focus because it's very easy to die.
All right, good luck.
Oof, yeah. You died so quickly. Even with arrow, it's like a 2 or 3 shot. Okay, I was gonna say I'm gonna back away and heal myself, but then I got caught in another laser. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It seems like it's very punishing on any mistake at all.
Yeah. This is the one fight in Proud where I'm like, why is this in the game? And how did little kid me get through this?
Did you play on Proud
Was it back?
originally?
I played on... Actually, original KH1 didn't have Proud. It had normal and expert. I need to heal. But yeah, I did play on expert difficulty, which I imagine is as hard as Proud. All right. There we go.
All right, well done.
All right, so now I'm going to use another stop strat. These invisibles. And just like that, they have all magically disappeared. I am a magician. That's crazy.
Wow, what a trick.
All right, and this fight is easy. You just use 4 gravities and do a combo.
I think it's nice that the game gives you an easy fight for once.
Yeah. All right, and now is a cool strat that I helped work on where we basically summon Mushu really quickly and defeat Ansem before he gets a chance to attack with his Dio. We have to position ourselves perfectly in that corner and dodge those lasers, and then hopefully it should be positioned correctly. And time is coming up shortly.
Mushu does.
And time. There we go.
GG, well done, Violin.
Thank you. For reference, that is a 2:11:28 loadless, which is 5 minutes and 35 seconds slower than PB. Unfortunately, we got very unlucky in certain moments. It's also kind of hard to focus on surviving and commentating at the same time, but given all the circumstances, I'm pretty happy with this run.
Yeah,
I hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah, I think that you said like 5 minutes off PB, which is basically 5 minutes off world record for a 2.5 hour long run. You know,
Yeah.
that's not bad, Viola. That is not bad. And like you said, commentating
Thank you.
is a skill. Like playing and talking about things clearly is difficult to do simultaneously.
Yeah, for sure.
Great job, nice run. Oh, that was beautiful to watch. Just like there's only like a couple hiccups really, like the Oogie Boogie problem, and then a couple here in the final fight. But other than that,
Yeah.
well done.
Thank you.
And I
And
already
again, if you guys are
go ahead.
Sorry. If you guys are interested in running Kingdom Hearts, any Kingdom Hearts game, I would really recommend joining our Kingdom Hearts Speedrun Discord server. You can find that at speedrun.com/khfm, and you can find a little Discord icon. If you're interested in running Kingdom Hearts, we'd love to see new runners all the time, and we are definitely willing to help you guys out with anything that you need.
Now, one more thing, Violin. Now that the timer has stopped, the inputs have ended. Everybody in chat is asking the question: what's the coconut count?
Oh boy,
How many coconuts are we gonna be collecting here, Violin?
One sec. Good question. Oh my.
Good first reaction. All right.
Yeah, we are looking at least 100 coconuts. At least.
No.
I don't know the exact count. I will count up later tonight. Wow. Thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing.
Yeah. And you know,
again, for every follower I gain, I will be collecting one coconut in your name tomorrow morning. So you will not want to miss that.
Yeah, but I see Richard already posted. If we want to make that count higher, there is still time, because we're watching the credit sequence. We're closing out, preparing for the next show. Twitch.tv/Violin. You can also go to youtube.com/ViolinGamer. Was it correct, or Violin Gaming? I want to make sure I get it right.
Violin Gamer is my music channel, and then there's Violin SR, where I post my speedrun content. And more importantly, make sure you subscribe to Games Done Quick. Here's my resub.
All right, and with Violin's sub, remind me one last time, and I hear that you're going to be reminded of it over the next show as well, that from now until July 15th, GDQ's revenue from subs, private gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered after taxes will all be donated by GDQ to Doctors Without Borders. So Violin, that Prime sub you just did, that's going to Doctors Without Borders. How nice.
Yeah, awesome.
And I will ask, Violin, you've been doing a lot of Kingdom Hearts on your stream. Obviously going for the world record grind for this category, 80% proud mode. What other things could we expect on your Twitch and your streaming life in the future?
Okay, so I'm very good friends with people in the Crash community, Spyro and Crash community. So I'm very interested in picking up some Crash games very, very soon. I also recently got an N64, and I will be learning Super Mario 64. But the main focus for now will be Kingdom Hearts. I'm going for that world record sweep in all the any percent categories. I'm also going to run 2FM and KH3 at some point, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, best of luck, Violin, on getting that world record in this. I believe in you. You're so close. I feel like it's only a matter of time with your commitment, because Violin's pretty good at this game, as it turns out. Surprise! I had him on Game Masters for a reason.
Well, thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun. It was truly an honor.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Twitch chat has been amazing.
Oh yeah. Twitch chat, you're great. But also, those of you on YouTube, if you are watching on YouTube, hi, hello. This is for you.
Hi.
You're not forgotten. I understand you exist.
I'm going to turn off audio on this game to prevent copyright.
Yes.
Shenanigans.
That would be unfortunate if we had to beat this whole thing. Kyrie, huh? Anyway, although we have to say goodbye to Violin and Kingdom Hearts 1, because we have reached the end of our show, Game Master today, Hotfix is not over, because after a brief break, we're going to be going into our next show of the evening. And I have my notes here. Yes, we're not done yet, but be sure to check out Time Capsule, which focuses on speedruns from a particular year. And, Sprash being mentioned by Violin here, it's none other than Spyro the Dragon and Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, going to be run just after this break. Thank you all. I've been Fance, and we'll see you next time.